definition of a tool watch is just about as loose as any genre, and after decades of evolution and design crossovers, it can be hard to differentiate between them. If you think of a tool watch as one with legitimate utility, then the Horage Lensman collection is certainly going to count for a lot of people. Designed for lovers of photography with clear tributes paid to vintage cameras. The highly successful Lensman 1 has now been followed up by the entirely new Lensman 2 Exposure. Horage take the camera inspiration even further with the new Horage Lensman 2 Exposure, having almost nothing in common with the first edition other than its photography roots. Well, most obviously, the case is now a square shape that leans much further into the realms of sports watches. The Eco case is made from grade 5 titanium, with an inner case made of lightweight aluminium in a contrasting black anodization. These materials are impeccably finished, as well as lightweight for zero distractions when shooting in the field. Now, although the Lensman 1 and its subsequent re-released 1.1 will definitely find their homes with lovers of watches and photography, the Lensman 2 actually, well, it has a much better chance of converting camera geeks into watch nerds, thanks to its unique looks. There's absolutely no mistaking the lens influence in the design. And bringing your wrist up to take a photo will inevitably catch the eyes of those around you. It measures just 39mm across with a 45.8mm lug to lug, so it's also better suited to gender neutral sizing than the Lensman 1. The dial is surprisingly legible for how, well, diminutive it looks, as so much space has been taken up by the exposure bezel. As its name suggests, this use of a rotating bezel is designed to help you calculate the optimal shutter speed and aperture for whatever lighting situation you may be in. Simply line up your ISO with the current lighting, and the opposite side will show you the ideal f-stop for each shutter speed. This is the first of its kind in terms of functionality, and the addition of a GMT hand with 12-hour markers is courtesy of the Horage K2 Micro Rotor movement. With a dial choice of either black or yellow, in the standard edition, there's also a silvery grey version as a tribute to British photographer and filmmaker Brian Griffin, climbing to the heights of the British Guardian's Photographer of the Decade in the 80s for his portraits of musicians. His work can be seen across countless album covers and even Star Wars material. The Micro Rotor, which is usually made of tungsten, has been replaced by platinum, and the caseback is engraved with the Brian Griffin quote, "Believe in your light." Pre-order will be available for these watches between June 6th and 9th, with the regular Lensman 2 starting at 5,450 Swiss francs and the Brian Griffin edition at 6,450. The full retail prices will each increase by 500 Swiss francs when they're released in November 2023. Anyway, what do you think of this watch? I'm curious to know your thoughts. Let us know in the comments. Hey, and if you like this video, you know exactly what to do. Catch you on the flip side.